Well, it doesn't bother me that people's talking about our offense because I'm probably one of the main persons talking about them. I love our offense, and they're very good at what they do. And this year, as far as defense, we're gonna try and match that. We want to be known as well, but it's really not a. It really doesn't matter as long as we get that W. First of all, he's a great guy, a father figure to most of the DBs in the defense. We're comfortable with him because we know him. He brings the type of experience that you can't get from someone who hasn't played the game. He brings the experience of being out there, playing the game, playing defense, and knowing what actually happens out there as a player. And I mean, he's a very smart guy, and I love him. That's all I can say about that. Yeah, it's going to be very similar. And, one of the big things is this year is that we have 8 returning starters, so there's the experience. And from 7-on-7 in this offspring, we've really been playing with passion. We like to execute our plays, and I think that's something that we really didn't put an emphasis on last year.
Marcus, Coach Nix, what is he telling your team going to have to do differently to get off the field on third down? Coach Nix came really well and said that's the key step in the season.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the beginning of the question.
What are you going to have to do differently to get off the field on third down, which was a problem last year?
Well, we're going to have to stop big plays, man. Big plays has hurt us a lot. I mean, and that was one of the main things last year was just allowing big plays, and I think those were mental errors. It wasn't a weakness in the defense. It wasn't the scheme. It was mental errors, and basically what we have to do is work on eliminating mental errors and really playing passionate on third down, really trying to get our offense back on the field. Did that answer your question? All right. I'm just gonna say LSU. I mean, the whole receiving core was phenomenal. I mean, those guys was fast, strong, and they were pushing our cornerbacks around all game. I mean, I believe those guys were the best receivers we played against. I mean, the feeling's great and you can see a complete change in like morale and confidence on a whole lot of different levels. I mean, in the city of Lexington, the people who are Kentucky fans are out wearing their blue. I mean, they're all talking about Kentucky, and all Kentucky fans around the world are excited about Kentucky football because it's been a while since we had this type of success. And as far as players, we're extremely confident. We know that we have not yet arrived. But we know that last year was like the building blocks in the start of a turnaround of Kentucky football. We can use the bad things we did last year as well as the good things as learning tools and building blocks, and that's exactly what we're going to do. But as far as like the feeling of winning a bowl, as a player, I feel great. I wear this ring every day. This is the highest accomplishment in my life. Was winning a bowl game, and it feels good. It lets you know that you are good. You can compete in the SEC. And this year we have an opportunity to show people that last year wasn't a fluke. It was just building blocks for better things to come. I hope that answered your question. You're talking about the conference, the teams we play? No. I mean, I don't even get into that. I mean, I go into every game knowing that this team is good and knowing that we have to execute more plays than they execute to win this football game. I don't look at it as weak or bad because I know that hurts a lot of people. A lot of people looked at Kentucky as weak, and they lost that football game. I mean, I know in my freshman year we looked at a Division I AA team as weak, and they came in and they put it on us. I mean, you can't go into a football game or to a season thinking that it's going to be a pushover, because it's not. Definitely not in the SEC. Not in the SEC. Every team is good, and any Saturday, anybody can win a football game.
Marcus, you talked about momentum and having to go out and prove yourself again, but last year wasn't a fluke. So do you think that 10 wins, which is something that you guys have to go out and do this year to prove people that the 8 that you won last year wasn't a fluke?
Well, I don't want to put myself out there and say this amount of wins is good or this amount of wins is bad. I just know that the University of Kentucky needs to go out and execute every game and play our best football to be contenders in the SEC and to show that it wasn't a fluke. We have to pick off where we left off in the Tennessee game or in the Clemson game. We just have to pick up where we left off and grow from there.
So they start with beating the big three more consistently, beating Georgia, Tennessee, Florida more consistently.
Yes, consistency. That's exactly what it boils down to. We have to be more consistent. As a defense, we have to be more consistent in defending our end zone. And as an offense, we have to be more consistent. And as a team, we have to be more consistent in getting victories. And that's what it's going to take, consistency in execution, and we're going to be good.
Can you compare Andre Woodson to the guys you face week in and week out?
What do you want?
Talent level, is he as good as there is in the league as you think?
Yeah, Andre Woodson is the best quarterback in the SEC. I mean, he's calm, he's collected. Something may go wrong, you won't even notice. He leads his team down the field to score touchdowns. He's a perfectionist. I mean, he's the type of guy you want leading your team. I mean, if there's any type of quarterback you want Andre Woodson. He has the cannon, he has the mechanics, and he has the patience and the confidence to be a quarterback. His whole aura about himself is well. You want to follow a guy like Andre Woodson, and that's why he's the best quarterback in the SEC, and that's why he put up the numbers that he did last year. Keenan is probably the exact same as what I just described about Andre. Keenan is a perfectionist. Every day in practice, he's working on his routes, working on his speed, working on which way he's going to turn when he catches the ball, working on seeing what the defender is when he runs his routes. I've always thought that Keenan was the best wide receiver I ever seen, and I believe that Coach Brooks is right when he says that he's the best wide receiver he's ever seen as far as mechanics, speed, jumping ability. I think he jumped a 43-inch vertical pro day or whatever, but his hands are 100% in my opinion. I have to honestly say I'm passionate about that game. I mean, I have a lot of feelings about that game, and I think it's going to be very important to beat Louisville. But no matter how that game goes, it's not going to affect the way our season goes.
Do you like moving it the first game? That's going to be the controversy. Do you like being down the stage?
Yes, I love it. I love playing them third instead of first because it gives you some time to see where you're at. It gives you some time to it gives you field time, experience, how you're going to be that year. I mean, it allows you to, it's like practice. I mean, not practice, but it's like performing before. I can't explain it. You know what I'm trying to say, D?